Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today I'm on location here at Cemex Reserve, and this is actually probably one of my favorite places for wildlife observation, in particular birds, because it has an open water marsh. And the really cool thing about this place is I'm finally returning after over 2 years of not being here, simply because they use this place for a local big tornado that happened in 2019 to you know, just store the debris pretty much from all that, the tree debris and all that natural, you know, just junk and everything, I guess, that, you know, just resulted from the damage of that storm. So yeah, I haven't been here since October 2018, I believe, was the last photos I took here. So it's been well over 2 years. So I'm really looking forward to finally coming back here. I don't think I've actually been here really when it's this cold, or, you know, right in the middle of winter. So I'm hoping that some of the open water here is actually still, you know, I guess swimming and flowing, so we may get some ducks. But if not, I mean, there's still sparrows and other kind of songbirds that we could check out. So yeah, it's got a few trails to it, nothing too big. I think it's about a mile or two total worth of trail. There's some different woods. There's a small, very small fen at the northernmost portion of the open water marsh, and some other just kind of natural features. But it's a very kind of remote and rugged kind of nature reserve here. People really don't come here too often, and it's just, oh wow. You can see it behind me, but you know, window's fogging up a little bit. But it feels great to be back here. I'm really excited. This place, I've gotten some of my best waterfowl shots simply from just kind of wading out in the open water marsh, and just different ducks, geese, American coots, mute swans. I know bufflehead are pretty common here as well. And so turn around here and we'll finally park. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be an awesome place to finally, I wanted to do this location, at least film a video, since, I mean, I just haven't gotten around to it before that tornado happened. So, you know, I'm really excited now that I can finally get back here and, you know, see the full location, all of its glory. But yeah, here finally. Man, I'm really excited. This is gonna be great. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, as I said, I'll probably be focusing mainly on birds of that sort. Like I said, I'm gonna see if there's any kind of water birds first, but you know, my guess is the water is completely frozen up, just because it is so cold out, and it's been that way for weeks really. But if not, then I'll check out some, you know, smaller songbirds. Hopefully see some towhees. That'd be kind of cool, or just other kind of sparrows. Yeah, we'll just see here. So I'm really looking forward to it, and sharing this location with you. So like I said, it's been over 2 years, so yeah, it looks a little different. They added some tables and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking, and let's go ahead and get started here. Man, I'm really excited. This is great. Oh man, just nice quiet morning here in the middle of winter. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while, and this is great. It's a nice quiet morning to myself over here, just me and the birds. So it's gonna be great. But anyways, since there's like several inches of snow just placed around me here, I'm gonna just take some extra precautions. I'm using, actually for the first time, reusable hand warmers, little Zippo kind of hand warmer. So that should be pretty neat. And I also got some little snow crampon snow spikes, I guess. So I'm gonna be putting those, attaching those to my boots here now before I truly set out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those prepared here, and then we'll finally hit the trail here. So I'm very curious to know if actually in the past 2 years, over 2 years by now, if this location, if it's been lying kind of, let's say dormant, you know, as in like no one's been really, there hasn't been any human activity, any foot traffic here. I'm really curious to see how this habitat has changed, and so far I'm really thinking it has. It looks like it's been, I'm not sure if the parks and trails in my county like cleared away a lot of like trees and other brush that were already here. It just looks a lot more, at least over here on the southern end I'm at here, it just looks a lot more wider open. And I think the other tricky thing is just because there's no water like there would be just stretched across this area over here behind me. So yeah, it's just a lot different. But like I said, I haven't been here in winter, so I feel like that might be the case. So I'm really not used to seeing it quite like this condition. But yeah, I'm curious to see if like the wildlife and just, you know, local fauna and everything, flora and fauna, it's just overall has been changed, and see if it's, you know, this place has been kept away from people going into it, really, is to see how it's changed. But yeah, it's been so long. It's just been so long. I know I keep saying that, but it's just neat to see how this location's changed. Sorry, I'm looking at a flicker that just flew overhead. The water is not really here at the moment, so there's gonna be no ducks, unfortunately, at least from what I can tell. But like I said, there's still some songbirds and anything of that sort. Hearing some woodpeckers drumming or drilling over there. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep going here and see what I can find. So my first particular bird of interest I really saw was just really quietly perched up on this really tall tree that I'm looking at now, was a hawk, which is really cool. And initially I thought it was a Cooper's hawk, just because it had a very small and slender body. The tail looked slightly rounded until I finally looked through my my telephoto lens here and my binoculars, and it looked a little bit off. It looked more squared off. So I think I ruled it out as being a sharp-shinned hawk, which is really cool. That might be a lifer for me. I can't recall off the top of my head, but I have to double check, which is pretty cool. And the one thing that gave it away, that made me believe at least that it's a Sharpie, is that it had really snappier, faster wing beats as it flew away from the tree here just a second ago. Whereas like a Cooper's hawk has much slower, almost sluggish like wing beats as it flies. So yeah, I think it's a sharp-shinned, but it may be at best an immature one. And if not, then my other guess would be an immature Cooper's hawk. But yeah, it's a little hard to tell. So those hawks it's hard to differentiate sometimes, especially the smaller ones, like the Coopers versus the sharp-shinned. But regardless, it was really cool. A really cool moment. It wasn't really anything too exciting, I guess, like it wasn't eating anything, but I think it might have swooped down simply because maybe it did find something to catch, maybe down here in this kind of this woodland floor down here. Pretty cool though. So pretty cool that I can just observe it simply as it sat on the tree there, and not really be in its way and interrupt it, probably searching or feeding or trying to hunt for something. So that's pretty cool. Very cool. Raptors are always nice to see and everything, and I got a few photos and some video as well of it just sitting perched high up on that tree over there. So yeah, very cool. And then while that was happening, I kind of just was hearing within earshot, I'm hearing various woodpeckers, as always, kind of in the surrounding trees all the way over here. Heard some blue jays, you know, stuff like that. Some smaller sparrows, maybe even some goldfinch. So I think right now I'm at about 8 species so far, and in probably about 10-20 minutes, which is pretty good. So I'm going to keep along this trail, this wooden, the snowy path over here, and see where it takes me. But it's pretty nice bringing the tripod, so I have that stability for these longer moments, you know, these longer photo sessions, I guess, within my visit to this location here. So yeah, it's a good morning out. Good morning, and quiet, and just nice to take my time and just, you know, view the birds and everything. So yeah, we'll keep along the trail here, and hope for maybe a keeper photo that I can finally take, or just a cool moment just like this hawk here just was a second ago. So let's keep on going here. The neat thing about winter is that you can actually see the animal tracks along with snow, at least in winter if there is snow. But right now, since there's several inches, it's making these really deep footprints on the snow, and like I just said, and so you can see the deer tracks, and they're all the way around these trails. Actually, it's pretty neat, as well as human foot tracks. So someone else must have been here recently, probably within the past week. Can't say I'm surprised, but like I said, this place is one of my reasons why I like this place so much, Cemex, is that because it's in the middle of a city, pretty busy city at that, and it's actually situated in between a neighborhood. I mean, you can see housing developments over there and over this way, but it's just like a very quiet place. Like no one really seems to go here as much, which is a shame just because it's so beautiful. It's not too big at all. The amount of trail, like I said earlier, is probably about a mile or two, but it's just a very small place. But it just has so much going for it, so much wildlife. Seen turtles here, deer, like I was saying, you know, with the deer tracks, and of course plenty of birds, especially during migratory times, or even, you know, right now. So yeah, it's just got a lot going for it. It's just a beautiful place. And actually, I wonder if the trail, because initially this place, when they put together like the map in, many years ago, before I even started coming here about 3 or 4 years ago, this place actually had a trail that looped around the entire marsh here. So I'm wondering if they actually did it and like cleared away all the different brush and actually made a full trail that loops around here. So that'd be very cool to get some nice views, especially when there is water, during that time of year or any other time of year. And starting to get some snow flurries as well coming down now. But yeah, so it's a great place, I think. So great place for wildlife photography of all kinds, but especially birds, like I'm trying to focus on here today. But if I saw some deer, I wouldn't complain too. So it's nice overcast lighting, as you can see, so I can be out shooting all morning or all day if I wanted to. But so far the cold hasn't really gotten to me as well. So looks like we got another hawk here. Wonder what kind we got. And looks like a bigger hawk compared to the last one. Yeah, that's a red-tailed. It's got a nice pale underside, but like a red breast, and it is flying around. I wasn't prepared for this, but here I am. It's cool. It's nice to see all these raptors during the winter time, because they're just trying their best to find food and everything, whatever they can. So yeah, he flew out of range, but yeah, that looked like a red-tailed hawk. So cool, getting lots of raptors and especially hawks today, which is pretty neat. So yeah, let's keep on going here. See that? That's a bridge, and it looks like a newly constructed bridge too. So wow, during this place's closure, it looks like they really upped the ante and made this into a really nice full loop trail. I'm just really impressed overall. This is just so cool, man. So it looks like, yeah, it's going to loop around over here and hopefully wrap around, I guess. But man, this is so cool. So man, it's neat. Anyways, so sorry, I'm just really excited about this place. It's just cool. I like it. I always like coming back here. So this part right here, actually, I'm looking at is I'm at the northernmost part. We're pretty high up north now, and this is like where the little fen is at. As you can see right here, obviously the water is all but gone, at least at the moment, frozen over, snow topped, and all that sort. So there really isn't much to see there. But I bet during spring here soon is that this particular portion of this reserve is going to have tons of probably spring peeper frogs, or just different frogs, turtles, like I said, because this place is a wetland marsh area. It's going to have lots of that, so it's going to be really exciting to see all that. Maybe photograph them potentially, because as you can see, it's really close up here. Or maybe even some waterfowl will come up to this portion as well. So yeah, there's lots of potential here, all times of year really, but so far I've been enjoying my time out, seeing different birds. It's easier to see them as well without the green foliage, just blanketing this entire woodland. And so, wow, this is nice. This part's I've never seen before too. So, and there's a little, I think, cardinal down there. So I'm going to be quiet now and take some photographs. Here we go. Okay, this is seriously becoming one of the best days in a while. This has seriously been just very productive. Lots of action going on, man. So I think that same sharp-shinned hawk, that smaller slender hawk that I saw earlier, it flushed away just like at least almost 2 dozen like mourning doves out from the ground level and like interspersed in all these trees. Basically all this thick, tree and ground cover. And so that's pretty cool, just to see it swoop in. It didn't catch anything, but it did stay perched on a tree for a while. And some really up close shots that are even better than the ones I got initially at the very beginning of my trip here. And then yeah, I'm just crossing all these bridges, and just to see the trails open up again, and I'm about ready to go on this loop around here that'll go around where the marsh would be if it had water right now. But man, I'm going along this winding creek where it is the Beaver Creek, but it also is outflows to what's called Pearl's Run, which outflows up north to a other location I've been to, another wetland called Pearl's Fen. So Pearl's Run crosses right over this bridge I'm looking at over here. But yeah, I got some of my best American robin shots just right here. It was perched along this tree just about like 5-10 feet away from me. Had like little icicles frozen on its beak too. Just very up close, and this robin did not care at all that I was here. Just took a handful of shots and then it flew away on its own, without me just, you know, drawing attention to myself and disturbing it. But man, that was just very cool. And then over here in the distance I heard eastern towhee, which is my first for this year. And it's a bird that, you know, it's kind of cool to hear this kind of bird in winter here, which means it might be like an early visitor, because they're more common, I'd say, in spring and summer here in Ohio. So man, there's just so much going on. Lots of great photographs, lots of different birds I'm hearing. My species checklist is already at 17 as of right now, which is pretty beefy for my bird watching skills. So yeah, it's been very good out, very good. Crossed that bridge, came along here, along this kind of, you know, winding woodland tunnel. Looks like people have already been trekking through here because there's already some previous footsteps. And then here's another bridge. It looks like I make a left out there, I'm guessing. Like I said, this whole portion is new to me since they reopened this location. And you can see the body of water as it flows out here to where potentially, or at least later on, you know, when it warms up, the marsh would be all the way out there. So yeah, for now. And then Pearl's Run is right there, which goes, I guess, outflows it there. So there's some flowing water down here, which is pretty cool to see that, you know, a waterway like this, a small creek during winter here. But yeah, it's just been very good out. So I'm gonna keep going along here, and hopefully we keep up the energy here and the motivation, because it's been very good out so far. And yeah, this is what, you know, wildlife photography is all about. Exciting moments and great photographs to take. So let's keep going along here and see what we can find. Wow, so just every twist and turn of this nature reserve is just really cool, just to see the different photographic opportunities both here now and in the future. And it's a nice quiet morning. The birds, I think, are kind of settled in for the day here in midday. But it's just, man, it's just every twist and turn. And there's tons of like grassland I never even knew about, never even thought would be possible here. But it's just neat to finally see it here in person, you know, and to witness it, and everything's just very, very cool. So yeah, I'm looking at this big old, I don't know how these mile markers, I guess these are laid out, but there's quite a few of them I haven't seen, but I've been seeing them out of order, so I don't know if I'm going like the proper, you know, way for it. But there's one right here, there's 9 10s over here, it looks like less than probably 30 feet. But yeah, it looks like just this big old loop. It looks like it takes you to the farthest point over here, where there's some neighborhoods or, you know, whatnot. And then it looks like it just loops around here. And I don't know if it breaks off and goes back into the marsh down there, or if I have to come all the way back here and just turn around and go over here towards this bridge crossing over here and make my way back. But yeah, I'm just seeing the tons of potential here, especially during spring migration. I'm just sure it's going to be amazing here. Just tons of different grassland birds, water birds, warblers. I mean, the water is going to be all around right here, and I'm going to get this really up close view up here once, you know, the open water marsh just kind of brings all the water back and everything from the creek, and all the snow melts. And yeah, just so much potential here. It's just amazing. It's much, I know I said earlier it's not that big of a place, but now I'm seeing it, you know, the actual full force of it, I guess. You know, there's just a lot more to it, and yeah, it's got like lots of different mixed habitat, which is great. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to you know, finishing my hike here for the morning. I'm not sure about any photos anymore, but you know, I'm not going to rule out that possibility, of course. Still got my telephoto lens and everything with me. But yeah, just even future visits, I'm just going to be really looking forward to seeing what this place can really bring. So yeah, I'm going to keep along here, keep, you know, trekking through all the snow. I think the sun's starting to peek through the clouds a little bit, which is going to bring a little bit more light, but that's going to be okay because it's a very overcast day overall here. So but anyways, yeah, the birds seem to calm down for the most part. I'm just hearing a handful of robins and cardinals, and the occasional like song sparrow, but yeah, everything else seems to be calmed down, at least on this side of the southernmost portion of the nature reserve here. But yeah, it's just, this place is just spectacular now. You know, I loved it so much before and was excited to come back and return, but now more than ever, I'm like really looking forward to just seeing the potential it has come spring, especially. But I think the worst is behind me now, because I was just going through these huge like above ankle, like ankle and shin, I guess, deep snow throughout all these trails, because not too many people seem to have been here. I didn't see many foot tracks or anything. And so, yeah, make my way up to the kind of like the straightaway where you drive into the reserve here. But actually, I'm seeing a side trail over here, and so I'm going to go along here and probably call it quits for the day. But yeah, it's just been a great day out, and I'm going to go along this little side trail over here. But here's where the when I drive past, and I went actually that way. And so yeah, beautiful place, great for wildlife observation. Now that I know, there's lots of grassland, and yeah, just this open water marsh. When the temperatures warm up and everything, it's gonna be really great for wading birds, shorebirds, ducks, geese, egrets, herons, coots, probably some rails like Sora or Virginia rail. Yeah, it's just gonna be, and then you got plovers, sandpipers, and everything in between. So yeah, it's gonna be a great place, and plus warblers, like I said before. So all right, I'm gonna go here, and we'll say the parting words for this trip here for the day here. All right, everyone, this I'm wore out. Just so many inches of snow, and plus trudging through that for several miles has just been exhausting, to say the least. But anyways, I made it back to my car here and into the parking lot, and yeah, it's been a great morning out. Got a handful of shots of that hawk in particular, robins, or at least that one robin individual, and yeah, just saw a lot of birds. My checklist has totaled out to 19, but there's actually a little bit of side trails up here that are in kind of some more shrubby scrub habitat that I'm going to check out here in a moment off camera. But I feel like this video's gone on way long enough, and I've been repeating myself just out of excitement. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Oh, there's the hawk, and he's chasing some kind of small songbird. Anyways, I'm getting distracted here real badly. So anyways, yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. I know it's probably flipped for you on the video here. But thanks so much for watching, everyone. This has been Cemex Reserve. Until next time, make sure to get out here. Thank you.